always celebrate Pi Day, but when I do, it's March 14th. A big shout out to my parents for not using condoms or the rhythm method and creating Tony Tunes. Doing nothing is hard. You never know when you're done. Teacher: why are you late? Student: there was this old man who had lost a $100 bill. Teacher: were you helping him search for it? How nice of you. Actually, I was sitting on it waiting for him to give up searching at a very high-end steakhouse downtown. Guy: so let's go back to my place for some dessert. Do you really think you can take me to bed just for taking me out for a nice dinner and a couple of drinks in a fancy restaurant? Oh, absolutely not. I wouldn't even dream about doing anything like that. Waiter, 2 checks, please. Marriage. The process of finding out what kind of a man your wife would have preferred. My wife told me that she's finally quit smoking. To see if she was telling the truth, I went out to the bar and left the gas on. Can you just imagine if farting was contagious like yawning is? If you don't use fast food napkins as Kleenex in your car, you must be in a whole different tax bracket. It's not the stab in the back that kills you. It's when you turn around and see who's holding the knife. A pretty blonde woman drops off a blouse and a pair of pants at the cleaners. On the way out the door, the lady at the counter says, "Come again." The blonde turns around and says, "No, it's toothpaste this time." The other night, one of my female neighbors kept me up with the headboard banging and banging. Finally, I yelled at her. "The guy last night made her scream louder." Well, that shut him up. A little 6-year-old boy has diarrhea and he says to his mom, "Mom, I need some Viagra." Mom says, "Why?" Little boy says, "Isn't that what you give Dad when his shit won't get hard?" Wife calls her husband and tells him, "The car doesn't start, honey. Maybe there's water in the engine." Husband asks, "Since when do you know anything about cars?" "Where's it at now?" Wife replies, "Parked at the bottom of the lake." I was at a job interview last week for a salesman position at Sony. The manager handed me his laptop and said, "I want you to try and sell this laptop to me." So I put it under my arm and I walked out of the office and I went home. After a few hours, he calls me and says, "Bring my laptop back here immediately." I said, $100 and it's yours. Of course life's a bitch. If it was a slut, it'd be easy. Hillbilly word of the day. Inhale. Why inhale did I get up so damn early today? I ain't never, and I mean ever, went to bed with an ugly woman. But I sure woke up with a few. The other day I ran into my 84-year-old neighbor and he says to me, "You know about these selfies and these selfie sticks?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Back in my day, a selfie was something we had to do when the wife wasn't in the mood." I guess, in hindsight, getting really drunk and then running through the Arby's all nude yelling, "I have the meats," was a bad idea. Ex-girlfriend: "Hey babe, I really miss you." Guy: "Sorry, I can't talk. I'm at a funeral." Ex-girlfriend: "Oh my God, who died?" Guy: "My feelings for you." I just want to take a moment here to thank you so very much for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell too, so you can be notified about my new content, which I release twice a week. Thanks again, and back to the show. To all of the old farts out there. A fart, it's a pleasant thing. It gives the belly ease, it warms the bed in winter, and suffocates the fleas. A fart can be quiet, a fart can be loud. Some leave a powerful and poisonous cloud. A fart can be short, or a fart can be long. Some farts have been known to sound like a song. A fart can create the most curious medley. A fart can be harmless or silent and deadly. A fart might not smell while others are vile. A fart may pass quickly or linger a while. A fart can occur in a number of places and leave everyone there with strange looks on their faces. From wide open prairie to small elevators, farts will find all of us sooner or later. But farts are all bad is simply not true, 'cause we must never forget old farts like you. Wanting to find out if both his wife and his mistress were being faithful to him, Gary decided to send them on the same cruise, and then question each one later about the other's behavior. When his wife returned back, he asked her about the people on the trip, casually inquiring about the passenger who was his mistress when she mentioned the woman. "Oh, that woman, she slept with nearly every man on the ship," his wife responded. Unhappy with this information, Gary planned a rendezvous with his cheating mistress and decided to question her about the trip before confronting her with what he knew. Once again, he carefully inquired about the woman who was his wife after ascertaining that they had actually met. "Oh, she was a real lady," his mistress said. Gary's spirits perked up. "Why do you say that?" he asked. "Well, she came on board with her husband and never left his side. I was having some really hot and steamy sex with this girl last week, and she calls out my brother's name instead of mine." What did I expect, though? They've been married 23 years. Dear men, when a woman laughs or giggles during a serious, heated argument, please know that the psycho part of her brain has been activated. So, abort mission. I repeat, abort mission. Have you heard of the CBD toilet paper they came out with? Yeah, it's supposed to help calm your ass down. A bitter husband says to his wife, "On your tombstone, I'm going to put the words, 'cold as ever.'" The wife replies, "Oh yeah? Well, on yours I'll put, 'stiff at last.'" I was getting this most magnificent hand job off of my new girlfriend the other day when I asked her, "How are you so very good at this?" "Oh, years of practice," she says. "Bit of a player in your day," I playfully replied. "No," she said, "my cousin didn't have arms." Why did the baseball fan pull up 3 plants in his yard before going to the game? So he could root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. I really wanted to surprise my wife for her birthday, so I introduced her to my girlfriend. Teacher: "How old is your father?" Student: "He's 8 years old." Teacher: "What? How is that possible?" Student: "He became a father only when I was born." A big old construction worker comes home just in time to find his wife in bed with another man. So he grabs the guy and he drags his naked ass down the stairs into the garage. He grabs the guy's dick, he puts it in a vise, he screws it down and tight, removes the handle of the vise. Then he rummages around in a drawer until he finds a hacksaw, which then he picks up and he displays to the terrified man. The man, frightened and wide-eyed, screams, "Stop! Stop! You're not going to cut off my dick, are you?" The husband hands him the hacksaw and says, "Nope, you are. I'm setting the garage on fire."